Let's get right into it. The Tesla we all know, the company that made electric cars cool, is officially a thing of the past. Seriously, what we've known is fundamentally over, and it's making way for something, well, something way more ambitious. So let's dig into what's really happening here. It all kicked off with this bombshell from Elon Musk during an earnings call, an honorable discharge for the Model S and Model X. I mean, think about that. These are the cars that literally built the brand. They proved to the entire world that an electric car could be the best car, period. And now they're being retired. So you've got to be asking yourself the big question. You look at this, you see the past on the left, and what is apparently the future on the right. Why on earth would you kill your halo cars, the very symbols of your success, to build robots? It seems crazy, right? Well, let's talk about that honorable discharge, because it's not what you think. This wasn't about failing products or bad sales, not at all. This was a cold, calculated, strategic decision, and it was all driven by the simple, hard reality of the market. I mean, just look at this chart. The numbers tell the entire story. By 2025, the Model S and X, the fancy flagships, made up a measly 3% of sales. The real workhorses, the backbone of the entire company, were the Model 3 and Y. So from a pure business perspective, if you need to clear out space for something new, the expensive, low-volume cars are the first to go. And this is what that decision looks like in the real world. This is factory cannibalization on a grand scale. They are literally tearing out the old to build the new. Every square inch of that valuable factory floor that used to build luxury cars is being aggressively retooled for a single new purpose: building an army of humanoid robots. Okay, so they're gutting the factory. A big deal, for sure. But believe it or not, that's not even half the story. Because while all of this was happening down on the ground, the real game-changing move, the other shoe to drop, was happening miles above our heads. Which brings us to this new mission. Tesla's new ambition isn't just to dabble in robotics. Oh no, the goal is to become the world's #1 manufacturer of humanoid robots. And in doing so, completely redefine what a workforce even is. And just let this number sink in for a minute. 1 million. That's the annual production target for Optimus robots. 1 million a year. To go from making cars to pumping out 1 million humanoids, I mean, that's not a pivot. That is a whole new identity. And here it is. Meet the star of the show, Optimus Gen 3. Now, you gotta forget all those earlier prototypes you might have seen. This is different. This is the first version that has been totally redesigned from the ground up, engineered for one thing and one thing only: to be mass-produced efficiently. So, what makes this thing so special? Well, the hardware upgrades are kinda mind-blowing. First off, the hands have 22 degrees of freedom. That's nearly as nimble as a human hand. And get this, all the motors, the actuators are tucked away inside the forearm, just like our own tendons. It's all wrapped up in a new skin that makes it way more durable. The result is a robot that can handle something super delicate or something slippery with a precision that is just uncanny. But look, a fancy robot body is one thing. It's an incredible piece of hardware for sure, but without a brain, it's just an expensive puppet. The true revolution, the part that changes everything, is what's happening inside its head, specifically how this machine actually learns. Think about the robots you see in a factory today. They are amazing at doing one specific task over and over again perfectly. But that's it. Every single movement has to be programmed line by line. Optimus is a completely different animal. It's designed to be a general-purpose tool that can learn, adapt, and figure things out on the fly. So how does it learn? Through something they call a video-in, controls-out neural network. It's as simple and as crazy as it sounds. You can literally show the robot a video of a person doing a task, say making a cup of coffee. The AI watches the video, processes what it sees, and then figures out on its own how to move its arms and hands to make the coffee. It learns by observing. It's wild. And if you're wondering where this powerful AI brain came from, well, it's not new. This is the direct descendant of the AI from Tesla's full self-driving program. It's the same core intelligence, trained on billions and billions of miles of real-world driving data. They've just taken that intelligence and, instead of having it control a steering wheel and pedals, they've plugged it into a pair of arms and legs. All right, so we have the body, Optimus, and we have the brain, the FSD-AI. But there's a third, final piece to this puzzle. And this is the part that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. It was no accident that on the very same day Tesla killed its cars, the merger between SpaceX and xAI was finalized. This wasn't just corporate shuffling. This was the reveal of the endgame. That merger creates the foundation for a concept called orbital compute, and it is exactly what it sounds like: building massive AI data centers in space. The idea is to completely bypass the biggest bottlenecks holding back AI development right here on Earth. So why go through all that trouble? Well, up in orbit, the rules are different. You have unlimited, unfiltered solar power, 24/7. So the massive energy problem for AI? Solved. You have the perfect freezing vacuum of space for cooling, so no more needing billions of gallons of water. Solved. And maybe the biggest perk of all? No building permits, no years of red tape. You can scale your AI compute as fast as you can launch a Starship. It's basically a cheat code. The result of this whole maneuver is a new, consolidated super company valued at a staggering $1.25 trillion. Musk calls it the most ambitious, vertically integrated innovation engine on and off Earth. You have the brain in orbit powering the physical bodies on the ground. So let's just step back. An army of robots on Earth, all powered by a collective brain in space. If this vision actually succeeds, and yeah, that's a big if, but if it does, what does that mean for the global economy? For all of us? Well, the implications are just staggering. Let's just talk about the economics, because the numbers are jaw-dropping. The target cost for one of these robots is between $20,000 and $30,000, about the price of an entry-level car. But the operating cost, at scale, could drop to around $1.40 an hour. $1.40. For a worker who never sleeps, never takes a vacation, never calls in sick. That's the kind of math that leads to projections of a potential tenfold growth in global GDP. And the ultimate ambition here is almost hard to comprehend. The long-term forecast isn't for millions of robots, it's for billions, 10 billion to be exact. A future where this silicon-based labor force would actually outnumber the entire human population. And all of this explains the official shift in Tesla's core mission. For years, we've known it as the company trying to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, a noble, massive goal. But now, it has evolved into something even broader, to build a world of amazing abundance. So this entire pivot, from cars to an orbital brain powering a global robotic workforce, it all brings us to one final critical question. This isn't just about cool tech, this is about our future. If a silicon workforce becomes a reality and robots can do most physical jobs better and cheaper than a person can, where do we as a society draw the line? What does work even mean anymore? And what is the value of a human in a world of amazing abundance?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.